Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Jake here, and welcome back to another Pokemon Go video. And in today's video, we're going to be doing some more Rainbow Cup practice battles. In this first set of battles here, we're going to be going up against another YouTuber. You guys have seen him in a few episodes back. His name is MattyFBaby. If you haven't checked him out, I'll leave a link down below. And yeah, let's hop right into these battles versus Matty. So, to start things off here, we're going to be running Mantine, Ninetales, and Raichu. So, as you guys know, Mantine is 2 times weak to Electric, so I don't have a hard counter to an Electric type in this squad right here, but I do have the Mirror matchup. Oh, actually, we might be switching things up here. Yes, I apologize. So we're actually going to be running Mantine, Raichu, in Venusaur here. I really like this line because Mantine can cover for Venusaur's weakness to Charizard. But here we are. We start off Mantine versus Matty's Quagsire. Now, this matchup isn't the best for us. That Stone Edge will be doing super effective damage. So we actually tried to swap there, but it did not let us. So we're just going to tank this Stone Edge. One good thing about Mantine is that it's not going to fall to just one Stone Edge. And those Mud Shots are doing very, very little damage because of Mantine's 2 times resistance to ground because it's part flying, which is technically immune. But yeah, and here he brings in Scizor, and we have Venusaur. So this is another terrible matchup for Venusaur. Scizor is going to be resisting those grass moves and Frenzy Plant. So right here we're going to switch into Raichu. Now this electric damage is going to be neutral, and it's going to do a bunch of damage. So Matty is smart and blocks that. So I decide to mirror shields here with him. Because I want to feint down this Scizor because it's going to be a problem for my Venusaur in the end. Now, once again, Scizor gets incredibly fast charge moves with Fury Cutter. Those X-Scissors charge up really quick. But we are lucky here we get to the Thunder Punch. And since he has no shields, that Scizor is a goner. And he brings in his last Pokemon, which is Mantine. So this is not good for our Venusaur whatsoever. He's running Wing Attack and Aerial Ace. And yeah, Frenzy Plant is going to chip away Mantine a bunch, but it's not going to finish it off. And he finishes us off with an Aerial Ace. That's GG's in game number 1 against Matty. Very well played there. My lineup just... I had a pretty bad lead in that match, and that put me back a lot. So anyways, let's get into game number 2 here. And as you guys saw there, we're gonna be running Raichu, Venusaur, and one other Pokemon I forgot. Yeah, Mantine. Yep, there it is. And we start off versus Ivysaur. Again, another unpositive matchup for us. So he's gonna switch straight into his Quagsire. This is another bad scenario for us, guys. Mantine doesn't have much chance to beat Quagsire unless he doesn't shield. So I'm gonna actually shield this time to see how this matchup goes. And he decides to block that early, so that's good, but it's also bad for us because it means he's preserving health. But we tank that Stone Edge because we know those Mud Shots aren't going to do very much damage, and we're most likely going to be able to get to one more Aerial Ace. But instead here, we're gonna swap out to Quagsire to deny Matty from getting to his charge move there. And he's going to swap into Typhlosion, which we're going to actually hit with the Sludge Bomb. So that damage was pretty deadly there. That means we're going to block this Blast Burn so that we can finish off Typhlosion here with a Frenzy Plant. We turn that matchup completely upside down. And his last Pokemon is that Venusaur, which is going to do work. It's going to feint our Venusaur with Sludge Bomb. And now we actually bring in Mantine, and he has another charge move ready to go, guys. And it's Power Whip. That's going to feint our Mantine, and then we have Raichu in the back with a Wild Charge ready. And that's not enough to kill it. And his Ivysaur gets off a Power Whip, and that's going to feint our Raichu. So, oh man, you hate to see that. Our Mantine was so close to that charge, but his Ivysaur had so much stored energy. And every single one of those matchups Ivysaur had, he won. So a very, very crazy scenario there from Ivysaur. He just 1v1'd all of my Pokemon and took them all out. So craziness. Well played, Matty. I honestly thought I had that in the bag when my man team came out. I thought I could have beaten you to power it, but I guess I could not. So yeah, well played on the energy economy there. And yeah, going into this next game, we're gonna go Venusaur, Ninetales, and Mantine. So Ninetales is it's actually a better it's one of the better fire types. So yeah, you'll see here it will shred through that Scizor very easily. Scizor is double weak to fire, being bug and steel. And the great thing about Ninetales is that it's not 2 times weak to rock, it's 1 times weak to rock. Which means in some scenarios you may not have to block Stone Edge, which Charizard's one of the most unfavorable matchups for Charizard is Quagsire because of its Stone Edge, whereas Ninetales actually has somewhat of a chance to beat Quagsire, but you have to get a ton of stored energy to feint it. So yeah, I'll probably make a video comparing the two and why I prefer Ninetales over Charizard. I just feel Charizard's way too squishy, and like I feel any charge move is gonna do a bunch to Charizard unless it's double resisted like a Frenzy Plant. And yeah, you guys just saw there, Venusaur just annihilated that Quagsire, being 2 times super effective against Quagsire's ground and water typing. And yeah, I'm enjoying the Rainbow Cup so far. I'm just still getting in my little groove of things, still trying to improve. I'm not doing the greatest in this video so far. We're down 1-2 against Matty, but we're trying to make a comeback here. Yeah, we're gonna open Ninetales, and he opens Scizor, so another great matchup for us. He's gonna have to swap out of there immediately. He brings in Quag, so we're gonna bring in Venusaur. This is great for us. We already know we have 2 Pokemon that are total dominating matchups against this line. So we're gonna decide to use our energy, but we also store about half a Frenzy Plant, and he comes in with Typhlosion. So now we're going to go for Sludge Bomb, the smarter of the charge moves, and he's gonna block. So solid block from him. He didn't want to take the shield bait there. So now we're gonna bring in Mantine, which is resisting Typhlosion's fire moves, but he actually hits us with the Solar Beam, guys. And I was not expecting that at the time. And we can't get to the Water Pulse, so that's really unfortunate for us. We are going to block this Blast Burn here to preserve our Ninetales health. And we know Psyshock will do a pretty good chunk of damage, but he decides to block. Because we know his last Pokemon is Scizor, so he wants to try to keep his Typhlosion alive, but it's just not going to happen. He decides to go in with Scizor to probably try to waste my energy as a sacrifice, but I don't bait. So yeah, his Typhlosion comes back in, and we just fainted to death with a Psyshock. So I definitely respect the effort from Matty for trying to sacrifice Scizor, but I knew Scizor was in the back, so no matter what, I didn't have to even waste a charge move there. And yeah, that's one of the main reasons I like Ninetales, is because it has 2 different moves. It has Flamethrower, which is Legacy, but Ninetales, you don't need Legacy on Ninetales, by the way. There's other alternatives. Like you have Solar Beam. You have Psyshock, which I really love on Ninetales. It does very good damage across a bunch of the field. It's neutral and super effective against a lot of things. Neutral against Quag. It's neutral against Raichu as well, I believe, and it's super effective against those poison types with the grass subtyping. So here we have another great matchup versus Ivysaur. So he's going to switch into Quag again, but this time I brought out my own Quag, so we're going to play this mirror. He's going to get me with that Earthquake, and this is a bad scenario. So we're going to fire back with the Earthquake. Hopefully he doesn't shield, but he does. He reads my Earthquake, and we're gonna eat the shield bait there. We're gonna take the shield bait, and we're gonna get off a final Earthquake, and let's see what he does. He's gonna block, so he's really putting a lot a lot of faith into Quagsire, and for a good reason, because we don't have Venusaur in this 3. And right here we're gonna lag a little bit, but yeah, it didn't let me switch or anything. So yeah, you guys saw there, I had to restart my game. I mean, yeah, we're gonna move on to the last game and our set against MattyFBaby. All right, guys. So going into the last game versus Matty here, we're gonna actually be showing some more love to Fortress, and we're gonna be leading with Ninetales and Quagsire once again. Let's see how we do here. Ninetales versus Ivysaur. This is pretty much a rematch of the match I lagged in. And so yeah, he decides to switch out late there, storing a bit of energy. He's gonna switch into that Quag, and we're gonna go for the mirror match once again. But this time we're gonna block that Earthquake. We learned from last time, and we're gonna go for our own Earthquake, and he's gonna block that as well. So we both have the same mindset in this battle. But he's going to get me with that second Earthquake, and let's see if we get him with our second Earthquake. We don't, so he decides to block once again, putting tons of faith into that Quagsire. As you guys see here, we do have a shiny 1500 CP on the dot Fortress. So I'm so happy I checked my shiny Pineco's, because this thing is a gem. It's a rank, like, it's a really high rank, like top 100 rank for the IV spread. I mean, yeah, he brings in that Fortress there, so we're in a ton of trouble here, but we have a Ninetales with some stored energy. We're going to go in on that Typhlosion, but he has a Blast Burn. But it doesn't actually do that much damage, surprisingly, so that's... You compare that damage to what Charizard takes from a Blast Burn, Ninetales is way tankier. So, lastly, he has this Ivysaur. He's going to waste his energy with Power Up there, and Fortress here can just be a lawnmower and farm the grass, and we're going to take our Ivysaur with an Earthquake, and that's going to be a good game. So overall, very GG's Matty, and well played. I enjoyed the battles, and thank you for hitting me up and wanting to battle with me. I really appreciate it. And now let's move on to a couple more battles, and after that we'll wrap up this video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed thus far. And I appreciate you for watching. Alright guys, so now we're going to be going in to some more Rainbow Cup battles versus one of my friends here. His name is Jack. You guys have definitely seen his in-game name in a few of my videos. He is an amazing trainer who has very many wins under his belt. He placed 5-1 in the regionals in Philly. And yeah, he's a really good player. Clearly, he went 5-1 in Philly, and that takes a lot. So here we're going to open with our Flex versus his Azumarill. So we are finally getting some practice in against Azumarill, which I'm not too ready for. But we know that Steel subtyping is going to resist Fairy-type moves. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, we don't need to block anything here. Heavy Slam is going to deal for neutral. And yeah, we're going to finish off... Or no, he actually can finish off my Azumarill with a sliver of HP. So, we have to give up Switch Advantage and bring in Venusaur. So now he brings in Charizard. Hard counter to us. We're going to fire off a Sludge Bomb. He's going to block. So, very smart block from him. We're going to encounter some lag right there, but that's okay. We still have 2 shields, and we have a Ninetales. So let's see how Ninetales can do. But first, he baits us with the Dragon Claw. That was really well played. And we're going to block this, thinking he'll probably go for the Blast Burn now. So now we give up shield advantage. And that turns the game upside down. But he decides to not block on his Charizard. Probably because he was going to get that Dragon Claw off. And yeah, he's going to finish us off. Or nearly finish us off with a Dragon Claw there. And what's in the back? It's Magneton. So this would be a great scenario for us if he had no shields. But he does have a shield. And he finished us off with a Magnet Bomb. And takes that game. So GG Jack. Well played in that one. I am liking Ninetales and Spiritomb and Venusaur a lot. So you'll definitely see me running that 3 a bunch. And here we're just going to swap the flow. We're going to swap the flow. Go lead Venusaur, and he leads Magneton. So this is an iffy matchup because Magnet Bomb will be neutral to us, but Frenzy Plant is going to be resisted. But because Magneton is so squishy, guys, look at that damage. Magneton resists that because of its steel typing. And yeah, that does a ton of damage. So not much you can do about that. Magneton is just unlucky with its IV spread and its defense. And now he brings in that Charizard. So we're gonna go for the Ninetales here because we know Ninetales can actually beat Charizard in most scenarios here because Psyshock will be doing neutral damage. And you can see it will be able to win out against Charizard, and we're going to just farm energy here the rest of the way. And we're lucky he doesn't get off a Dragon Claw, because his last Pokemon is a Azumarill, and this is bad because we have no shields, but we do have a Fortress, and Fortress is pretty thick. So let's see if it can overcome an Azumarill with one shield. This is going to be really close, but yeah, that Bug Bite is going ham right now. But it does take extremely long to charge moves. But you can see this is getting really close. But at this point, he still has a shield, which he's going to use now. And that's going to be pretty much the end for Fortress. But it was a well-fought battle. You guys saw Azumarill was very low on HP there. And Jack takes that game. And in that last game, guys, I could have used Earthquake against him. Against the Azumarill. But I thought he would shield it, honestly. I thought he would shield thinking it was an Earthquake, and yeah, he gambled there, and he chose the correct move to not shield. So a little bit of luck, but well played on his part, on his end. In this game, we're gonna lead Ninetales, and he's gonna lead Azumarill. So this is a awful matchup for us. There's no chance. So we're gonna swap out of there ASAP to Raichu, which is actually Legacy, guys. I have a Thundershock Raichu. And it puts in work. It charges so quickly. But you guys have to be aware, Raichu is very squishy. So if you use Raichu, make sure you give it a shield or maybe even two. But as you just saw there against Magneton, even if it's resisted damage, it will still put a hurt on a lot of things in this meta. It's doing really well against Magneton right here. But I decided to not shield because I have other things that can get rid of this Magneton, like Ninetales, which is going to come back in. And we know he's going to bring in that Azumarill, so we got to swap ASAP to Venusaur. And we decide to block that, knowing it's probably Ice Beam. And he switches into Beedrill, so this is really bad for us. Beedrill takes essentially like no damage from Venusaur in the long run, and that Sludge Bomb will hurt. So here, all we can really do is try to farm up energy and maybe sway the matchup versus Azumarill, but it's just not going to happen, guys. These Psyshocks do barely anything to Azumarill, as you can see there. Like, that's like nothing. That's like a tenth of its HP. And yeah, we were actually almost to another Psyshock, but Azumarill is resisting those fire spins. And yeah, that's going to be the end of our Ninetales there. And that's going to be the end of the video, guys. So GG's and well played overall to everyone who played me. Just my two main friends, MattyFBaby and Jack. Jack's a friend from Discord who's on the international PvP Discord. I believe it's called a Ghost Stadium now. Pretty cool revamp. And if you're on there, I highly recommend you check it out. And yeah, that wraps it up for today's Rainbow Cup Battles, guys. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed. And I hope you like my commentary. Once again, I'm trying my best each and every video to improve upon my commentary. And I appreciate you guys for watching, for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And once again, please don't forget to do all that. Smash that subscribe button, most importantly, and hit the bell to be notified whenever I upload a new video. I really appreciate everyone who stops in early and comments and stuff like that. And yeah, until next time, guys, I will talk to you all later. Have a good one.